tightening of the open work permit. Yung healthcare natin ay sometimes hindi na talaga nakaka-catch up din. Criminality din, increase of crime. Two major permits or work permits dito sa Canada. Firstly, yung tinatawag na employer-specific or closed work permit. The other work permit is called the open work permit. Mas mamamanage mo talaga yung PR application mo. Yung hindi pa PR at nakakanood sa atin, please, gumawa na kayo ng express entry. Kahit hindi yan kompleto ay okay lang. Hello fam! Welcome back to Alba Fam Bam YouTube channel again. So maayong adlaw sa tanan, maayong gabi Gabi na rin dito sa Calgary actually. At nag-decide ang family na magstay lang dito sa bahay. Well, after a very busy Christmas and New Year kasi parang nag-usap lang kami ni Mommy na for a couple of days or even for a couple of weeks ay sana nandito lang tayo sa bahay and mag-chill lang tayo. Parang recovery sa aming katawan. At grabe talaga ang mga pangyayari at mga pasyal. Parang gusto lang naming mag-recover yung katawan namin at ng mga kids. So, nandito lang din sila at nasa gilid ko lang. So, going back to our IRCC news updates on immigration. Again, we have a disclaimer here that I'm not an expert. I'm just sharing what I've researched, what I've read, what I've understood based on the latest news and latest guidelines that are coming from the agency. Common understanding lang to, and I just want to share. You still need to do more research on your part. So again, na-touch ko na to dun sa last video namin while I was walking and sinusundo namin si Kuya Davon about tightening of the open work permit. Medyo expected natin to when it comes to immigration nga or migration going to Canada. Medyo nagiging strict talaga sila. The government wants to control the population. They want to stabilize kung ano yung mga numbers of permanent residents and even temporary foreign workers na dadating dito sa Canada. Kasi, and lahat tayo ay napansin na yung healthcare natin ay sometimes hindi na talaga nakaka-catch up din. Number 2, sobrang dami ng tao. Pag marami ang tao, madaming criminality din, increase of crime, increase of pollution, yung mga basic na needs ay mas nahihirapan i-achieve or makamit ng mga residente dito sa Canada. So those are a couple of examples that I could think of right now. But I really want to touch base and go back to the tightening of the open work permit. So more or less two major permits or work permits dito sa Canada. First, yung tinatawag na employer-specific work permit or closed work permit. Essentially, itong work permit na to ay nagsasabi lang na ito ang employer mo, sila ang nagpapunta sa'yo dito sa Canada, dito ka lang pwedeng magtrabaho. So this is very limited to that employer. This is also the same thing or ito actually ang norm based on my experience kasi galing kami ng Singapore. Singapore wala talaga, as far as I know, wala talagang open work permit doon. It's always and it's going to be an employer-driven or employer-based work permit. Lahat ng mga Pilipino na nandoon is either nurse ka or nasa IT ka or nasa business ka, lagi talagang i-hire ka ng employer, yung employer ang mag-a-apply ng work permit for you. Bibigay mo lang yung mga credentials mo, diploma, NBI clearance, police certificate, and your credentials basically. Sila talaga ang nag-a-apply and ang government ang mag-a-approve. So essentially, this is the same as the first major category of the work permit, which is the employer-based work permit or closed work permit na tinatawag. And the other major work permit na pwede nating makuha dito sa Canada ay ang tinatawag na open work permit. By the word open means open talaga. wala kang barrier when it comes to employment, wala kang barrier when it comes to employer. So pwede kang magtrabaho sa different employers, bahala ka kung sino at kung gaano karami. Open talaga siya. Number 1, dun sa close work permit, binibigay ito talaga usually dun sa mga temporary foreign worker, like yung mga galing sa Pilipinas, you're going to Canada as a welder, as a specific nurse, as a mechanic. So more on you, the usual setup talaga ay closed work permit or company or employer driven work permit. Yung open work permit naman, on the other hand, ay mas nabibigay ito dun sa mga kasama ng mga temporary foreign worker. Or katulad din namin na naging international student before, open work permit naman ang nabigay sa akin. Kasi si Donna naman na naging student at ako ang partner, which is automatic na open work permit. Good thing na at that time, I could really say na medyo maluwag. Although with the current rules ngayon, hindi pa rin kami maapektuhan talaga ni Donna kasi tinarget talaga namin na masters ang makuha ni Donna para it's an upgrade to her previous bachelor's degree which is in tourism. So, yun talaga yung mindset namin. We're not just going to Canada para lang makapasok, para lang makalusot, but we're really going to study for you, Donna, to upgrade herself, her career, her vision, her credentials. Yun talaga yung target namin. Apart from me, na makakapag-work dito using that open work permit. Since IT ako, I know at that time na medyo malaki din ang chance na pwede kaming maging PR. It's because of that. So, there you go. 2 main categories of work permits na usually binibigay dito sa Canada is a closed work permit or employer-based work permit and open work permit. So, let's go to the next topic. Here, we're going to discuss ano naman ang pinagkaiba or mga pros and cons versus open work permit and closed work permit or employer-based work permit. Again, open work permit. Again, with the word open work permit, sobrang ganda nito. Very, very flexible talaga and you could work to any employers dito sa Canada. So a couple of pros and I need to have some list here. Multiple jobs are allowed, less employer control, faster career growth kasi nga you could really manage, kung baga makokontrol mo talaga kung ano ang destination or kung ano ang gusto mong maging career path dito sa Canada. It's good for PR planning as well, which is yun yung nangyari sa amin na parang since open work permit ako, medyo na-navigate ko talaga ng husto kung paano namin ma-achieve yung PR namin. Less stress kasi wala ka namang kailangang lamia or wala kang kailangan na employer na really dito ka lang mag-work. So again, yun yung mga few pros or advantages ng open work permit. Ano naman ang mga disadvantage ng open work permit? Again, isa to sa mga target ngayon ng agency na mas magiging strict or tighten pa ang rules dito. Usually, ito din ang open work permit din ay nakasalalay or naka-attach dun sa main applicant. For example, international student siya. Pag nag-expire yung international student, automatically mag-expire din ang open work permit. So para siyang may barrier or may hangganan depende doon sa main applicant or main na may status dito sa Canada. So ganun siya, may tandem siya. Hindi din siya na automatically extend. So again, pag nag-expire, that's expired. You really need to get another one, whether it's another open work permit, for instances na kunyari mag-aaral ulit yung main na applicant or magiging close work permit ka na or employer-based work permit ka na. So those are some examples and cons that I could list down. So ang common nito nga ay yun, PGWP. spousal open work permits, bridging open work permit. So, bridging means na para kang may tinatawid. So, for example, meron kang open work permit and then papunta ka na ng PR. So, magkakaroon ka na bridging in between the two status. So, pwede yun. So, let's go naman dun sa closed work permit. Or ito talaga yung more or less standard or mas nangyayari or mas binibigay na work permit. Again, yung open work permit nga, medyo surprising actually yun sa akin. Na parang kay Canada ko lang actually nakita. Dun sa Australia, hindi ko na masyadong na-research pero I don't think there is. Usually talaga employer-based work permit yung nakalagay din doon. Unless, yeah, I could proven wrong. Hindi ko na na-research yun about Australia. Pero at that time, nung nagpa-plan din kaming mag-migrate to Australia, ay ganun. Employer-based pa rin. So again, next natin is employer-based work permit, closed work permit na tinatawag. Ito yung most popular, hindi lang sa Canada, kung hindi sa Australia, sa New Zealand, sa Singapore. Ito talaga ang usually, which is employer-driven. Very specific to. Doon ka lang pwedeng mag-work sa employer mo. Wala kang ibang pwedeng pag-workan. So, let's go into it. Ano yung mga pros niya? Easy to get ito if you have a job offer. So more or less sure na to once na nagustuhan ka na employer, apply ka, more or less that's it. And your credentials are there, fit dun sa work, why not? Employer sponsorship, LAMIA can support, of course, the PR pathways. So madami dito, for example, dito kami sa Alberta, merong hospitality pathway dito. Pag may LAMIA ka and you have worked here in Alberta for I think 1 or 2. I could be wrong, but let's say 1 year na nakapag-work ka na under hospitality, pwede ka na mag-apply nun ng PR application or ng PR pathway. So, yung parang magiging entry mo of having that Canadian experience, having that route here in Canada for a job na pwede mo siyang gamitin for your PR application in the future. Another one is job security kasi based dun sa contract, for example, 2 years to or 1 year ba to, yun talaga yun. Sure ka na ifulfill to ng employer kasi kung hindi, may mga consequences yan. And of course, on your side din, ifulfill mo rin. So, tayo naman mga Pilipino, medyo aligned naman tayo sa mga ganitong rules. Medyo sanay tayo na nagfa-follow talaga sa mga rules na ganito. So, that's a no-brainer for us. Another advantage dito, ayun nga sabi ko, is maganda to for pathway going to PNP or PR or other PR streams. So, very, very effective to. Again, ito yung parang nagiging base mo na job and then you could go to different directions to becoming a permanent resident dito sa Canada and often used in high demand occupation. So again, high demand, nurses, teachers, ang dami kong naiisip pa ng mga jobs, lalo ng mga jobs na nasa trades. Sobrang dami talaga na ganito ang permit. Ano ang mga cons naman niya? It's close, no job flexibility. Hindi ka talaga pwedeng maghanap ng ibang employer or magtrabaho sa ibang employer. Dito ka lang sa specific mo na employer. Ang isa sa mga nakikita ng marami na bad about this work permit is since nandun ka nga sa employer, nakatali talaga. So, prone ka sa abuse din kung abusive yung employer. Pwede kang takutin na, sige, kakancel ko yung permit na to, uwi ka na. Yung mga ganong scenarios or mga instances. And another con nito na sobrang nakaka-apekto talaga sa the usual na worker dito sa Canada ay yung magkakaroon ka or pwede kang mag-extra job sa ibang employer. Kasi bawal talaga for this work permit. So alam naman natin to, please mag-ingat tayo. So alam naman natin na ang cost of living dito sa Canada ay napakamahal. I think it's true everywhere or anywhere in the world. Canada setting, sobrang mahal. Mahal lahat. Groceries, rent. And sometimes, yung mga naka-closed work permit, hindi talaga enough yung nakukuha nilang salary. So there you go, fam. I think na-cover ko naman most of the major pros and cons for both open work permit and the closed work permit or the employer-based work permit. Again, fam, lagay ko dito yung table na to for quick reference and para mas mabilis siyang intindihin din. So there you go. So to conclude, which is better? Of course, it depends on your goal. Pero ang goal naman talaga natin dito ay PR. So, number 1, panalo talaga ang open work permit. The thing is, ang open work permit ay usually talaga may nakaakibat na main applicant na usually din ay naka-closed work permit. So, parang tandem talaga siya. Or ang open work permit, may katandem din or may kapartner din na international student naman, na naka-international student. Ideal talaga open work permit para pwede ka mag-work dito, pwede ka mag-work doon, multiple jobs, unlimited, bahala kung 2 or 3 ang jobs na gusto mo, pwede. It's really up to you. Yung closed work permit naman, better siya kung you don't qualify for, of course, obviously, open work permit. May malakas kang employer na alam mong very stable talaga yung job, good yung salary din, tapos iso-support ka ng employer mo all the way. Ito parang isa sa advantage din talaga ng employer-based work permit. In addition to that, yung trend going towards 2026, again, hindi nire-remove ng Canada ang open work permit, hinihigpitan niya lang lalo pa. Hinigpitan na noong 2025, mas lalo pang hihigpit ng 2026. Another point, mas madami ngayon ang medyo napupush or pinipilit ngayon from open work permit to closed work permit or employer-based work permit. Again, dahil dun sa mga criteria ng open work permit, ito yung parang nagiging and lastly, yung open work permit ngayon ay more on they're driving it towards the PR link na direction and skilled na direction. So, teachers, nurses, dun talaga ang gusto nila. Mas mamamanage mo talaga yung PR application mo. So there you go, fam. As much as ang dami kong natutunan, sana madami din kayo natutunan and I hope na explain ko yung mga ibang details. Although I could still see na high level to, magkakaroon kayo ng idea kung ano yung best na pwede nyong gawin when it comes to your permits ngayon and kung ano ang pwede nyong i-take na path for your PR pathway. Again, na-stress ko na to sa last video, yung hindi pa PR at nakakanood sa atin. Please, gumawa na kayo ng express entry. Again, very, very important kasi ito yung first step nyo doon sa application. Kahit hindi yan kompleto ay okay lang. Ma-fill upan nyo na-create nyo at the end, kahit na mag-e-expire yung IELTS and everything, lagay nyo, pwede nyo namang i-update yun later. Have a blessed day, good evening, maayong gabi, isa ato ang tanan, maayong buntag dira sa Pilipinas. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe again dun sa mga ganitong topics. If you would like us to discuss more, suggest or comment kayo down below kung ano pa yung mga topics na medyo naguguluhan kayo or need some explanation. I would try to help. So, see you on the next video, fam. Subscribe, and see you on the next video. Hang loose.